Hi, everyone, and welcome to the WP Minute. I'm Eric Karkovac. Today's episode features a segment from my interview with Jake Goldman. Jake is a partner at Fueled and creator of the new WordPress browser extension. He stopped by to show us what the extension can do and why it's a viable alternative to the admin bar. Now, you can catch the entire interview over on our WP Minute Plus channel. Visit thewpminute.com for all the details.
I've gotten back into like making things again, finding some of my love of creation and making tools and making utilities and making websites and doing stuff like that, because we are in this brave new world where I have all this knowledge about from a product ownership, architecture point of view, ways of doing those things, but I kind of lost a lot of the muscle memory of just syntax and some of the programming language, some of like the current like dev build utilities in this brave new world of Codex and Claude Code. I've been able to really get back into that and start making things again because it solves that gap in like remembering the finer points of syntax and language and some. So one of my first projects, which I had written about in passing recently, was a WordPress plugin called Auto Release Posts for GitHub. Neat little utility plugin that monitors GitHub, any GitHub page or repository, checks for releases, and then will use the new WP connectors, AI connectors, when it detects a new release to automatically write an entire blog post about that new release in GitHub. So anyways, I did that project. Our esteemed Mr. Matt Mullenweg, project leader, I have an idea about how, found that project. I actually saw that he like had favorited it, which I appreciate how much he's paying attention to some of the interesting things here. Had actually chimed in the core AI channel, so the long version of the backstory, to say like, hey, can you all help out Jake and make sure that he's using the latest and greatest in the AI connectors that have come out for this new release. So I just went over to like thank him and send him a message just to thank him. Appreciate you encouraging the team to help me. Appreciate that you're excited about some of the things we're building. Really just as a lark, I'm like, there's this other little fun hobby project that I've gotten into. I'm just like, would love your feedback. Curious if you have a take here, or if you're doing anything similar already over there. Didn't really expect anything to come out of it other than maybe like, oh, that's neat, keep it up, or, something like that. Before I knew it, and I think this is a positive thing, although I had a bit of a moment of like, whoa, speed bump. Within a few hours of like sending that message in the evening, Matt had like spun up a browser extension channel in the official Slack. It said, you have announcements access. I want you to share this with the team. I've created a repo in the official WordPress project directory. I tried it out. I love what you're doing. I've long wanted WordPress to have an official browser extension. This is it. Tell me if anything is standing in your way of getting this shipped and getting this released. And 3 hours later, suddenly I found myself, I guess, as a non-employee, accidentally enrolled in automatic speed month or something. So that's the story, and happy to be contributing back. Always happy to have my work, see a larger audience. So, and WordPress needs to move at that kind of warp speed now and do new things and take advantage of all the tools at our disposal to keep its edge.
So if I'm looking at this site here, this is just a basic site that I created that I'm testing out, and I've got this extension in Chrome, and it's currently for Chrome and Safari, right? And we'll talk about that in a bit. But basically, the nice thing about this is, I don't have an admin bar here. I can actually toggle it on if I want it, but maybe I don't. So I'm going to take it out, but it'll tell me, to go to the WordPress admin. I can create new content just as I could with the admin bar. Very similar stuff. There's a developer tools bar that I think is actually, this is one of my favorite parts of this. We can actually go in and highlight the blocks, which on this simple page, it's not much, but it is kind of a cool thing that you can see what is being used, and it'll actually give you the whole rundown here of the nesting in the blocks that are being used, which is.
And kudos to my friend, fellow Fueled worker, Fabian Keji, who this is the highlight blocks feature, as my compadre here, was completely his brainchild.
So we'll go into the admin, and one of the nice things about this is, like the admin bar, it is contextual, right? So it'll show you different options based on where you are in your site. So if you're in the back end, you're going to get the visit site, go back to the WordPress admin, you can log out, you can also create new content and see the site information, go into a page, Again, we can view the page, visit the site, all this good stuff.